Perry McMahon with UKFightsite.com. I'm here with Evan Jays. Evan, how's it going?
Very good, thank you. All good.
Brilliant. You're currently in training for the Muay Thai Grand Prix in November. How's everything been going?
Really good. Started picking up training now. About 8 weeks out, I think. I think it's 8 weeks this weekend.
Yeah.
So perfect timing. Start eating clean, running every day, training twice a day. Really starting to pick it up now.
Cool. Do you know much about your opponent?
To be honest, I don't know much about my opponent. I let my coaches, Phil and Kieran, deal with that.
Yeah. They
come back to me with game plan, stuff for me to work on. I don't like to get too fixated on my opponent. Otherwise, I keep watching. So I let them do that, and I just train.
So I was in attendance at I think it was your last bout at the Indigo. Was that the last time you fought? Yeah. Great fight.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How did that all go about? How did you feel?
It was a good fight, especially coming off a loss in America. I felt like I had something to prove. So winning that fight was a big deal for me, especially just because I felt like I had something to prove.
Yeah. When did you get involved in training Muay Thai?
The first martial art I ever did was karate.
Oh, okay.
I must have been about 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And I'd done that for a few years, really enjoyed it, but obviously there was something missing. Then got introduced to kickboxing, had a few fights, competitions, etc. And again, still weren't feeling 100% right. So my dad took me to a Thai boxing club when I was about 7, 8. And I had my first fight at 8, and I ain't looked back yet.
Yeah. When did you hook up? So, because you're trained at Double K and Team Tieu.
Yes.
Yeah. Who did you hook up with first, or?
I was originally at Benfleet and Muay Thai with Brad Goldberg, and then due to me progressing as a fighter, I got involved with Kieran at KK's.
Yeah.
Was there for a few years, then slowly got introduced to Phil as well, and obviously both gyms are incredible, so I couldn't pick one, so now I train at both, and I've got 2 of the best teams in the country.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky.
What are some of the differences you see? Is it kind of a similar setup in training, or is there noticeable differences?
There's differences, but I think when you go to all fighter gyms, it's generally the same attitude, same hard work, dedication. As soon as you go into any gym with a dedicated pro fighters, then it's always the same sort of vibe, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Kieran Keddle, he's recently immigrated to Canada.
Yes.
Has that affected the way you train at the moment, or have you because you've got Charlie Peters training over there, Luke Whalen.
Yeah.
Has that affected your training at all?
Yeah. I don't think it's affected me as such. Obviously, it was a big loss, and he's going to be missed a lot. I'm sure he'll be back soon, but we all help each other out. Obviously, me, Luke, Jamie, Charlie, we're all there, so we all got each other's back when we need pads, etc.
Yeah. And
I still speak to Kier.
Yeah.
Kier will still watch my opponent, still give me feedback, still tell me what I need to train and how I need to train. So no, I don't think it's affected us that much. We still training hard, still training the same.
Yeah. Any plans to travel to Canada?
I'd love to. Yeah. I've been speaking to him. I'd love to go out there and see him. The gym looks awesome out there. He's teaching out. He looks like he's already Ramo and busy.
Yeah.
So 100% in the future.
Yeah, I saw that on Instagram. It looks like a nice little setup.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah.
How did you get is Boy Wonder? Is that your official nickname? Where did that come
I think so. Yeah. It's more from myself. Yeah. I am a bit of a comic die-hard fan.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously Boy Wonder is Robin.
Yeah.
Batman and Robin, and he's always been my favourite. So I mentioned it once and it's sort of stuck, and I'm not complaining.
That's great. You come out with the mask and your hood on.
Exactly.
You also teach, don't you?
Yes.
So when did you start getting involved in that?
From a young age. When I was at Benfleet, from early on, I'd always help Brad out with the kids' classes, etc. And I've always loved it. But it really, last year in April time, I opened my own gym in Essex, KK Essex, and that's been going great since. I now teach at Team Tieu Gym Box as well in London, and I'm just blessed really because I wake up every day doing what I love and get to do the same thing every day. So I can't complain. It's awesome.
That's it. And I mean, also another great part of being a professional fighter and training. You've travelled overseas for fights too.
I've been very lucky. I've got to fight in Japan, America, Turkey, Estonia, Thailand, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's incredible. Every time I go abroad to fight, it's a new experience. It's something new.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's probably one of my favourite things about doing it.
How did you take to? Because I'm more like an old school MMA fan, so I remember the K1, but also I was a big Pride FC fan of MMA, and the audience there it's different from the UK and American audience.
The Japanese were incredible audience. They really were. The stadium was silent when I was fighting. Yeah. Every time someone would hit, you'd hear a little ooh, and that is it. They were respectful. And you can tell they love the sport. They love it so much, and they have respect for the athletes and the promotions. There's no kickoffs. There's nothing like that. They're there to watch the fights, to admire the athletes, and that's it. That's literally it.
Your teammate, we just mentioned, Charlie Peters. He's recently announced that he's been signed to ONE FC.
Yeah.
They also do the Muay Thai fights. I think they've got the cage and the ring, right? It's a bit different.
Excited for him, especially in the recent sort of last year, 2 years. ONE has come up massively, signing likes of Petrosian, Jodson Clark, etc. So for him, that's massive, and he's only going to get bigger and more exciting things to come, especially being on that promotion.
Yeah, sure. I think for the last couple of years, he'd been training he'd just done some jiu-jitsu training and was going to make the transition into MMA. Mm-hmm. In the future, would that be something that you would consider?
I don't know. I've thought about it, for sure. I definitely have, but at the moment, I'm just enjoying what I'm doing. I love Muay Thai still, and the day I start it becomes a chore. That's when I'm maybe start to look at transitioning. But at the moment, I think I'm good with Muay Thai.
Yeah. You mentioned that you got your own gym, and obviously you're teaching at the gym boxes. Yeah. And you teach at Double K.
Yes.
Yeah. Is there any talent up and coming that you've spotted that you want to put out there now that you're seeing on the come up?
There's a few. We've got quite a lot of guys at Team Tieu now, which are coming up C class, B class fighters. You've got Liam Patel, you've got Amro, which are looking awesome. They're really coming up. But I normally just train with the boys, my normal boys. I've got quite a few kids at Essex as well, who been fighting. I had a little Alfie who won his a British title last year, which is awesome stuff. That's it.
Yeah. Obviously, so the Muay Thai Grand Prix coming up in November, is that 20? That's the 20th card, is it?
Yeah, I was lost at 5. I had no idea. I think it's something like that. I think it is. I idea it's gone quick.
I will double check. Hopefully I didn't get that wrong. What fights are you looking forward to on the card as a fan?
Obviously, Aman's on the show.
Yeah.
Super excited for her. I always love to watch her fight. Obviously, Luke Whelan.
Yeah.
Colton Alou's last few fights have been incredible. Mm-hmm. He just keeps, more excited, sharper, stronger, so I'm excited to see him fight. And there's another fight on the show which I'm very excited about. Neve, Kieran and Sarah Wasford. I think that could be the fight of the night, personally.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be an insane fight. I think it's going to be a war between. I think it's going to be whoever wants it more, to be fair. I can't. It's going to be a good fight. I'm really excited for that one.
Brilliant. I look forward to seeing your fight down there.
Thank you very much.
And the rest of the card, I'm going to be down there. Thanks for your time, mate. I know you're very busy, so I'm going to let you crack on. But also, just to mention that we had a feature with you, part 2 of our focus mode that you're featured in. So anyone watching this video, check back on ukfightsite.com, and it'll be a day in the life of the training that you go through, and also your teaching. So check that out online.
Wicked. Awesome.
Brilliant. Thanks for your time, mate.